broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
That was close. I was trying to tweet before we started, and I sent it just before it came in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic recap of this week's episode of the wonderful soap opera Days of Our Lives, your Dishing Days. And who are you dishing days with? Well, of course, you have me, your host, Tony Moore, and I'm joined by our lovely co-host. We have, with the long hair, don't care,
Mark J Freeman.
And also
Peter Ramos.
All right, and thank you guys so much for joining in on the conversation live with us via YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share our YouTube channel, AFTERBUZZ TV, and you can join in the conversation as well.
And it's big hair, don't care.
Big hair, long hair, whatever. Also, thank you guys for hanging in with us. I know that we're starting late, but I just got back from Atlanta. From hosting the DOOL Coast event in Atlanta, and it was a lot of fun.
Glad you can make it.
Thank you. I am running on no sleep, but
Peter, move your computer.
I would not move this at all.
No, it's off.
And speaking of he said move it.
Oh.
And speaking of the voice of God in the booth, we have Steven. Hi, Steven.
Hey, guys. Good to be here.
Good to be here. Thanks, Steven. All right, so Atlanta was great. There were a lot of fans. There was a lot of mixing and mingling with the stars of a lot of pictures were taken. Yes. We did this fun thing during the Q&A where I tweeted out buzzwords. And so people had to ask a question to the stars, and they had to make them say the buzzword. And if they said it, they had to do a dare. So that was a lot of fun. We had the stars.
Oh, the stars.
So we had there was Eric Marsoff, who had to pretend like he was at a ballet recital and give us a little ballet dance.
Is there any video of that?
You know what? They can't do video, but if one pops up, then that'll be fine.
That'd be amazing.
We do have a photo from Mariana, who tweeted me this photo, so I can show you just a little photo from Atlanta. But I promise I'll show more next week. So there he is. All right. So this is her. This is Mariana with the cast, and these are all the people that were there: Christopher Sean, Guy Wilson, Daniel Carsgrove, Patsy Pease was there, Eric Martzoff, Jen Lilly, Galen Gehring, and Cassie. DePaiva. I did it while I was there. I totally missed, and I went up to her and I was like, Cassie, I'm so sorry. And she was like, just think of saliva. And I was like, DePaiva. Got it. Yeah. So now it makes sense. All right, so let's get into this week of Days of Our Lives. And I'll you tried it. So let's get into this week of Days of Our Lives. First of all, I want to start out by saying Snooze Fest this week for Days. It was a little tough this week.
The beginning of the week was very slow.
Very slow.
Didn't pick up till about Wednesday.
It picked up, in my opinion, when Billy Flynn came on.
Of course, it would pick up for you when Billy Flynn.
Thursday, I do believe.
That was Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
That was Thursday.
Because I even tweeted, this is really boring without
without
and then
Billy
the next episode he was like on. I was like, oh, okay, there he is.
It was Friday with Flynn. Flynn Fridays.
Flynn Fridays. Gotta be
Flynn Fridays.
Oh, I love Flynn Fridays.
So we'll start off with
Man Crush Monday too.
Wait, what?
Man Crush Monday too.
Oh boy. We'll start off with the Xander Serena storyline.
Well, Alexandros.
You know, I had to rewind that a couple of times to figure out the name, because I was like, it's Alexander. No, it's Alejandro. Who? Alexandros. Yes.
I just put the subtitles on, and that's how I figure it out.
Oh, so you cheated?
A little bit.
Okay.
And I think it's ironic that all this happened on Greek Easter. This is the Greek Orthodox Easter weekend. So I thought it was funny that the Greek family reunited at Easter.
Thank you for that tie-in. Does my face say how interested I am in it? Okay, so Serena gets her $200,000 this week.
Deposited in her bank finally.
Yes, and so I guess finally Xander's gonna get these diamonds.
I'm guessing it was a PayPal, like he just did it.
Yeah,
just PayPal.
Just send money.
Deposit money in her.
Well, you can as long as you have the account number.
Well, yeah,
Listen,
but
it's
it takes
Salem.
3 to 5 days before you can get that transferred into your bank.
Well, I mean, it's been about a couple. Well, I don't know. In
Salem, I'm sure it's probably
everything can be expedited in Salem. You can get to Hong Kong in one scene if you need be. So,
but yet one day still lasts a week.
Right. And then we found out that Xander is the nephew of Victor Kyriakis.
Her brother, Alexander.
Huh?
Victor's brother.
I think I did the exact same thing when
Yeah. See,
he is the son of Victor's brother, Alexander Kyriakis.
Perfect, because that's before that was before I started watching Days. Listen, the first memory I have of Days is Marlena being locked in a cage. That's the first time I started watching Days. I tried to learn about all the families, but that is confusing. I mean,
he's just his nephew, uncle.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
Justin's half brother.
Listen, I felt like Brady when Brady was like, "Who are you?"
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and then they did this whole story about how they were
Daniel, Phillip,
and for 2 seconds I was confused. I was like, "You mean like Daniel Jonas?" Because didn't he come into Salem and everyone was like, "Who's this?"
Yeah,
that was before Victor saw him, because he's his godson.
Right. But he
just like when Xander came into Salem, he didn't run into anybody he knew.
It's tricky how they do that.
I was waiting for him to run into Adrian. I was waiting for him to run into.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
because
we did
they
think that
avoided
it was their son. Remember that?
That's what you said.
Well,
because
okay, sorry, that's what I said.
You remembered that there was a son.
Yes. Sorry.
So, and that was pretty much that with that storyline. And of course, some flirting, because Teresa is all about some Xander.
She did not waste any time.
You know what? Poor Teresa.
Nicole is all about Xander.
Well, but Xander is all about some Nicole.
No, but Nicole's playing hard to get. Teresa's like,
oh, you want to go out on a date now? There's a table right here if you want to sit down.
Did anybody notice that tweet that I sent out with Nicole's nails, how they changed within one day?
Oh, no.
She had her fingertips were black and white, and then like the next scene they were bright powder blue. And I was just like,
I'm usually noticing that.
She went to the nail salon right away.
She did.
I did notice Kate Mancy's nails were black. I just have an issue with black nails.
Why?
Especially, I'm not in general.
What's
just
wrong with
on
black
television. Nails? They stand out so much. It just seems weird. And then she doesn't have long nails, so that bothers me too.
Oh, that's why she had no boyfriend. So,
I still love her.
Yeah, a lot of people on the chat room are confused because they thought that Xander was going to be Sonny's brother.
See, everybody's confused about this whole Xander thing. So we were on the same track with Brady.
I know.
Brady was like, "Who are you?" And that's how it was. I was like, "Who's he? And who does he belong to?" I don't get it.
You're getting yelled at.
Daquan's
yelling at you already.
Hello, everybody.
He heard that I dissed Melanie. Well, you could probably
week.
just wake up and go, Mark dissed Melanie.
Yeah.
Because I pretty much do it every day.
Yeah. I mean, it's
and I love how Melanie and Jorge are best of friends now.
Is it Jorge? Okay, we were talking.
It is Jorge.
Okay.
BFF.
I wrote down Julio because I couldn't remember.
Racist.
Okay, speaking of Melanie and that whole storyline. Okay, so
Is it Jorge?
It's Jorge.
It's Jorge. So clues are starting to unravel. First of all, Melanie, if you're going to steal something, try not to break it.
Right.
Like, keep it in your best of care. And she was just trying to. She was not even thinking about like getting with Brady and having a date night. She was trying to get that plasma over to the lab.
And I want to. We need a fact check because I want to know how you find out from plasma if she had a. I mean, she didn't have a baby, but she was pregnant.
Right.
I don't get what the plasma has to do with that. But I'm not
plasma
a medical
is
student
like
either.
half of blood. It's the other half of blood. Well, blood is made up by plasma.
Okay.
And
Come on, Bill Nye.
Huh?
Bill Nye the Science Guy, you better know about plasma. Well, but you remember Melanie did the EU search of plasma. So I guess if she was pregnant, the time that they had taken it, because remember they were like last fall.
Okay.
And so the time that she was taking it would have shown that she was pregnant. Like if she did it now, you know, she's not pregnant now because baby got stolen. So yeah. So I don't know. It's Salem University Hospital. They are a search away from finding out everything.
I was just laughing earlier because I was cracking up when Melanie was trying to get Jorge out of his office for his birthday so conveniently, and he gave him that big old stuffed white rabbit.
That apparently was so hard to carry.
That was so... Okay, here, I was going to say this.
And so then Brady clocked her by saying, didn't you just buy that for Ariana?
No, it was for Parker.
Parker, sorry.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like that, like when they come up with excuses and it's like so, I'm like, really? Nobody could have came up with a better idea than that. But then I did like Serena's excuse when Nicole came in. She's like, oh, it was Nicole Fuentes.
That's right, when they're talking about Nicole.
But I was like, oh, actually, that's not a, you know what I mean? Like, there could actually, like, that made sense. So I liked that, and then I hated the stupid bunny thing, and Melanie's stupid faces.
The only thing that Melanie was trying to get to is that plasma. So if Jorge had to run downstairs and get a bunny, then that's what he had to do.
And then Teresa made fun of him for it.
And Teresa just
into stuffed bunnies.
Teresa just running around being mean and boy crazy.
She was
She needs a man.
A rough week.
She needs to find. They need to. Who could she be paired with?
Who?
Rafe.
Teresa?
Yeah.
Rafe, we could.
Yeah.
Or Xander.
Taken by Nicole.
No.
But it could be another little...
No, we don't need any more triangles. Listen, Daniel's already being too mean. So
he has no right to stand
agree with that.
So I feel like Nicole should be like, you know what? This guy is fresh and new, and I can start all over with him. So I'm gonna go with Xander.
And she's gonna go back with the Kiriakis.
Victor?
No. She's been with Kiriakis before, so if she goes with Xander, she's going to go back with the Kiriakis.
Oh, back with the Kiriakis. Well, I mean...
Victor.
Listen.
What other Kiriakis has she been with?
Just Victor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. She's going to go back with the Kiriakis.
Okay. I thought there was multiple. I was trying to think. I was like, was there another one that...
You had us confused with the Kiriakis.
But they could bring Philip back, and she could go with Philip.
So, we need to find... So, let us know who you think Teresa should be with. Find a man in Salem, create a new one, whichever. Let us know who you guys think Teresa should be with. What else is happening with this storyline with the Melanie Teresa story? What do you guys think? How it's developing and how Melanie is running around being Nancy Drew?
Well, I think she's doing good. Like I said last week, I think Melanie really cares for Teresa, and I think part of that is because of Brady.
Right.
Because she does care for Brady, and she wants all this to work out because there is a child involved.
Well, and she did say that she's more so doing this for Brady, not for Teresa, but for Brady, and the fact that there might be this kid out there that belongs to him.
Who's already born.
Clearly.
Right.
I love the fact that...
And we still haven't seen him or her.
Oh, well, we did last week.
Well, I know,
Tuesday. Briefly.
Since last week.
How dare they do that?
That was a Monday,
No,
too.
that was a Tuesday.
Yeah,
and then they just left it alone the entire time. I was like, I'm sorry, rude. So, luckily, though, Jorge decides to give Melanie another vial
of plasma
after,
all of a sudden he's Team Melanie.
Yeah, after a little sweet talk. So good for her with that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But she was so sloppy though. She was so sloppy with like finding where the plasma is and everything because Jorge thought that it was Teresa that was going through the computer.
Oh, that's right. Because she bumped the mouse.
Yeah, but how convenient. I'm just in Jorge's office just looking for stuff.
Happening. You move the mouse and the computer comes on. I can believe that.
But it's on a laptop. There's no mouse connected.
Well, but if you...
You literally would have to go. And who,
it's gone.
And I'm sorry.
The chat's gone. Oh, there it is. Back.
And who
now just messed up my chat.
Who at the
sorry.
And who at the hospital doesn't have a locked computer so that when you step away from it, it's locked.
Not everyone's as paranoid as you.
No, that's called.
It's a work computer. You shouldn't be doing
in an
bad
office.
things on it anyway.
It's called working in an office. Okay.
Yet he's still going to help her and lie for her.
Someone in the chat room said Nicole's been with Brady, who was also Kiriakis because of his mother.
That's true.
Okay, well there we go.
That is
and then
true.
someone said that Teresa should be with Chad.
Which I would not mind.
Keep each other on their toes like EJ and Sammy. Okay, I can see that. I don't think they should put Teresa with anyone else under. R. Melvin, you finish that thought.
I think Teresa would. If Teresa was a Chad, I would see her like an Anna Demira.
Okay.
Like I could see her.
Teresa with Chad. Is that what you said?
Yeah, if Teresa with Chad together, I could see them like a Tony and Anna DeMiro. I
wouldn't mind
kind
that.
of couple.
I mean, we're still waiting
for.
We're still waiting for. I mean, I know he's got a lot going on right now, but we're still waiting for Paul and Teresa to become GBFFs.
Oh, Paul and Teresa. Listen, Paul has a lot on his plate. So
yeah, I said he's got a lot going on. He doesn't have time to deal with the GB. Is that me? Oh, that's you.
Is that me?
That's not me.
Oh my God, that is me. I'm so sorry. Okay, so speaking of Paul, I mean, because I feel like we have gone through whatever it is we need to go through with that storyline. Paul, Will, Sonny.
Sorry, I'm just hearing things.
I know, I'm hearing that too. Steven, what are you doing in the
They're watching Salem in the next room over, guys.
I was like, I hear some screams and moans.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is that
sound good.
But what are you doing in that booth?
All right, so Paul, Will, Sonny, big week for them. First of all, Will.
I can't. Hashtag I can't even.
Paul did not seduce you.
Right? Thank you.
He keeps going around putting the blame on Paul as if, and we say this week after week, and he keeps doing it. And now he finally has somebody believe in him. Clueless John.
Right?
Yeah, and John, I was ready to jump through the TV and punch him when he's like, yeah, well, I saw them in the office and they were totally
drinking the
I was like, really? Do we really need to fan that flame? Come on.
Well,
no pun intended.
Well, first of all, if John knew the complete story about Sonny and Paul, then that little thing would make sense. And he wasn't listening to it.
But he said and listened to Will.
Of course. I mean, hello, Sammy Jr. in the making. Just running around pointing fingers at everyone else except himself.
And again, John has no leg to stand on.
No, he doesn't.
Because he cheated one with Marlena.
He did. Who did he cheat on? Kristen.
Yes.
I remember that.
And Marlena and Roman.
Yep. Listen,
and then Sammy caught them.
Everybody, and that's why Sammy turned into the way that she did because of that whole situation. But I mean, let's face it, everyone in Salem has cheated on someone. So why is everyone surprised? Why is everyone trying to play like victim?
I was gonna say Paige hasn't.
Paige hasn't.
Parker hasn't.
Yet.
Not yet.
Neither has.
He is Chloe's son.
I'm just saying.
And Daquan, thank you for the compliment on my hair, but I still don't like Melanie.
Rude.
He's trying to schmooze me into liking Melanie.
So, and then Sonny is trying to like question Will because he finds the article.
But did he?
No, he just found the cover of the article. He actually.
But it didn't that say that he was a DiMera?
Yes, it said that he was a DiMera.
So Sonny went into that thinking he's a DiMera.
He didn't know that he was.
Sonny did read the article because he found the picture in the article.
No, he just saw the picture.
No, he just saw the picture.
Will had already deleted the article. There was just the cover.
Well, see, I thought he deleted the picture.
No. Now remember the first page of the article was Paul in the red shirt, and it said the 3 strikes, and the last one he's a DiMera. Now, Sonny also said in the article, which he read it, there was the photo of Tori in front of with the date and all that. So he couldn't have not read the article, because if he didn't, he would have came across the photo.
Which article are you talking about? The first one?
The fake one.
The second one.
But not the fake one. Yeah, the second one. The second one that he was blackmailing them with.
It wasn't even written yet.
It was written.
No, I don't. Was it written?
I don't remember it being written.
I don't think it was.
Well,
I love it.
You guys, was the article written?
YouTube people
he actually read the article.
Thank you. Who said that?
Tandra.
He actually read the
Williams.
Thank you, Tandrea Williams. They tried to act like I was silly up in here and like, oh no, he didn't finish writing it. He did finish writing it because he saw the picture in the article.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anyway, so
you're welcome.
So he tries to have Will explain to him. He like dropped a whole lot of hints as to like what this new article was, and because Zoe, who had
Zoe was on fire.
She was
I loved when she said to Marlena, "Are you the babysitter?"
I was like, "No, she didn't." Marlena's face.
She had no, like, Marlena was basically in her way.
Yeah.
And she was like, and
she was not having it.
And they were all worried that Will was going to get fired when actually she loves the publicity that they're getting about the whole, like, scandal and everything.
Got it?
No, I lost my train of thought. I totally forgot where I was going with that. So with the article, Sonny was trying to get Will to say what it was, what this, bombshell article that he had, and he mentioned some, like, thing that was not anywhere near what the article was. And then, of course, Sonny walks on, he's like, "You're still lying to me." And I'm like, "Why don't you say that inside?"
Yeah. He did do that.
I think he wanted to see if he was going to lie.
Yeah,
too.
and he did.
Yeah.
I mean, that just pushes him further away from Will.
It does. And it's like, Will, you have the power to fix this, and you're not fixing it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's blaming everyone else.
Yeah. I see. I hate comparing couples to couples, and I keep on doing this. But Paul and Will is like Lucas and Sonny. Like, Lucas just puts up with Sonny's BS, and I think Sonny's putting up with Will's BS.
Lucas is putting up with Sonny's?
Sammy's BS.
Oh, Sammy.
Sorry,
okay.
Lucas is putting up with Sammy's BS all the time.
I was like, when did Lucas date Sonny? I must have missed that episode.
Sorry.
Pizza rolls on that.
Sorry. No, just like, and he's just putting up with Will's BS all the time, and he's not doing anything about it.
Right. I'm looking in the chat room, and everyone loves Zoe. So everyone.
Yeah.
Zoe,
I actually like her too.
Everyone thought she was a bit of a bitch, but
Zoe and Lucas were paired up.
Oh.
I have a prediction.
What?
Well, I'll wait for
We'll get to predictions.
I know. I'm just saying. You reminded me of my prediction.
And Daquan said, Derek, where are you? Derek is at the hotel calling tabloids and letting them know what's happening in the
Derek
hotel.
needs to come back.
I think he is. I think he is eventually coming back.
I hope he does.
Yeah,
I think so. He's a good character.
I think he's coming back.
You just like him.
I do.
Right.
He was my first tweet.
Oh my God. And of course the biggest wait.
Lucas and Sonny, Lonnie.
So and then Marlena's whole speech with Tori going in saying well, John said that you guys had an affair and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, when did John tell you all that information?
He did say that he was seeing somebody.
Right, but I don't.
Yeah, because when she pulled him aside, she was like, "How do you know?" And he actually admitted to her that it was an affair.
Tori Simpson.
Yeah, Tori Simpson. Her what was she called it? Her professional name.
What was it? Well, and then today she said Stefano's idea.
So was she a prostitute?
I don't.
Another one.
Listen.
Well, I'm just saying. She said it was her profession. She was young.
I said last week, the only way to confirm that is if Kate walks by and goes, "Tori, how are you?
Tori,
haven't seen you since our hooking days." Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
So that's the only way that work out.
Speaking of Kate, when Kate was eavesdropping on Lucas and Adrian, and she was just glaring from across TBD.
Glaring.
By the way, Club TBD, it's not even a club.
I was going to say that. Isn't it a coffee shop?
It's a coffee shop.
Is it a restaurant? Is it all of the above?
I think it used to be like a coffee shop during the day and a club at night.
Says William.
But I don't ever really remember it being a club. I mean, they do drink because every once in a while, what does it say?
Loose lips
Sync relationships. That's true.
Yes.
Oh, look, he didn't get a chance to finish it because you still see the dots around it. Get it together, Steven.
He's working on it.
Hush you.
Hashtag hush you. How about hashtag have several seats?
Have several.
There you go.
Didn't Mark say Derek was at? Yes, I'm coming, Corey. Tried it.
Tony's having a fight with the monitor.
Oh look! Hello, James. James came in and sat in for me when I wasn't here, but he put hashtag hooker in arms for Kate and Tori.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hashtag hello, James. Thank you. So what else was happening? Oh wait, what's it?
It says Derek is on Comings and Going spoilers that he's coming back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, Nicole, while you're going to make pizza rolls, send us some too. She just said, "Damn it, Tony, I'm going to make pizza rolls."
Yes!
And it's funny that Kate is actually supporting Lucas about her and Adrian, because she's like, the heart wants what the heart wants. She told him.
Lucas is a full-grown man who apparently still can't date. Because of Kate. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme.
Clyde tells Kate, she's like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to give Lucas a little room? So
No. It's like, hello, Kate, can we realize from past when you tried to interfere with Lucas and Phillips' relationships that they all kind of went awry? Hello, $5 million to marry Lucas. We all remember that?
Yes, we do.
So, yeah, she should definitely stay out of it. But before we get into that tidbit, going back to the Paul Will Sonny storyline.
John Tory.
Yes, John, Tori, Marlena. The epic meeting that happened at Club TBD.
When TBD is so dead. At this time of day.
I love that. I love that explanation. We're so slow right now that I sent everyone home except for the barista who's working in the back.
Yeah. Exposition.
It's so that we don't go, oh, why is there no one in Club TBD for this big ball drop?
Right.
And
I mean, even if there was, who cares?
You
know what I mean? Like, who cares if there were people in there?
He may be there.
That sleazy reporter from last week.
Well, even if there were people in there, like, I don't get why that's a big deal.
Well, because they would find out that John is
Because
false.
then they would tweet about it and they made Facebook about it. So if no one's there, it's just a secret between them.
Well, then why do it at TBD?
You have to think with the day's mind.
Why isn't it like, meet me at
where?
Horton Square?
Well, because granted, it started off with just Will coming to Club TBD because Paul asked Sonny to call Will to Club TBD.
No, it was Mom first. Tori first to come there.
It was Tori, and then it was Will. And then John was like, oh, well, I got to pick up some stuff from Sonny, so I'll go too. And then Marlene was like, how are y'all doing? Exactly. Oh, we'll all go into Club TBD together. And when Paul went off on his mom, because his mom was still trying to catch that flight. They have been trying to catch that flight to San Francisco for the past week. And she was almost out of there until Paul finally talked about everything. And then here comes Clueless John. Tori, why are you talking to him? And then Marlena's like, that's his mom. And then Will, what's going on? You're the first person that figured it out.
Yeah.
He's the one that put this whole thing in motion.
Right.
Yes. By killing that article because you realized that it was John that was
Sonny
the father.
Said, shut up or something.
He's like, shut your mouth. Just listen.
I was like, silly. Should have just said it louder.
Neat in Dark Park, yes.
So I was very happy that finally Days had finally picked up then with that big reveal. But I feel like that was the only big thing that kind of happened this week. Like everything else was just kind of like day in the life of Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like a filler week. Except for the end for Friday.
Yeah. Kind of build you up to Friday. Some other tidbits that we should mention.
Stefano made an appearance.
Short one.
Only to tell Chad that there's going to be a phone call made about Kevin Reynolds, which is Ben's old. But we knew that Ben's name was Kevin because wasn't it Paige?
It changes every time they go. Every new time it's a new name.
But if you think back to a few months ago, I think it was Paige that was like,
"That's right.
Isn't your name Kevin? Like we saw you in Miami or Florida or something like that."
And Florida. He was like, "No."
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
I was getting pizza rolls.
Probably. But I remember that. So it's funny that they kind of brought that back full circle.
I do notice that when I'm watching, I kind of drift. And I'm like, oh, wait, what just happened?
See?
It's my ADD.
So...
Oh, can I ask? I maybe I missed this part. I don't know if you did. I don't know. But when... Abby went to go visit Chad at the DeMira mansion.
Yes.
She came in and she was confronting him, asking him all these questions, and then he brought in that dinner.
Yes.
And then she was like, "Oh, you're trying to this whole plan." She's like, "Oh, look, you got sushi, my favorite sushi," and he had like this smirk on his face.
Yeah, I think has another date or something.
I was gonna say that. I looked like it was for somebody else.
I thought that too, but then I thought he knew how she would react. Like. It's almost kind of like
he did it on purpose.
He's 2 steps ahead of her.
Oh, absolutely.
Because going over to Ben's, and then she was there, and then trying to be all awkward, and then he walked out. He had the smirk on his face then, and then gets the text. Oh, I need to talk to you. She comes over, and then conveniently, because let's face it, who is he dating?
Well, probably nobody. I'm guessing
there's nobody.
On Monday he's going to be like, oh, I'm expecting somebody else. Like, no one even has to show up.
He's not.
She's just going to be like,
it's Roxanne.
maybe that would be exciting.
But it's just It's almost like
Zoe.
It's oh my god. They wouldn't even get through a dinner together because Zoe would be so focused on work in an article. But I feel like I don't know. I don't understand why Chad is doing all this for Abigail.
He's trying to get Abigail. He's making it look like he's just being a nice guy when he really knows that it's gonna woo her back. It's working.
Right.
She chases him like a puppy dog now. Yeah. Where he didn't when he was like really into her and like being obvious. She was like, I don't want anything to do with you. Now he's being coy, which is fantastic.
That works with Abby. Did you see right there where it says Ben and Abby? All they do is have sex because they have nothing else in common.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Apparently, Amber Baby said something. Oh, I can't scroll up to see it. Oh my God. Ben and Abby are so dull. Apparently, everyone is agreeing with that. Well, maybe that's why they're trying to kick something in with this whole
Chad
Fed thing. But then Clyde.
The Fed thing. Ugh.
But then Clyde said that he'll take care of it.
The Florida Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. Really?
No, I think it's Florida.
Yeah, they said Florida Bureau of
did they?
Investigation.
Yeah. Dumb.
Did we didn't talk about
what?
The new elephant.
Oh, the new artifact to replace the elephant?
That's not what I meant.
Oh, that little cup.
The jacket. I want to burn that jacket.
Oh, it's so dumb.
It's just so obsessive now. She's getting borderline creepy now.
First of all, how do you just at the clothing drive and decide it's the jacket? I'm just gonna steal it.
I know.
She bought it.
And I didn't understand.
No, she didn't buy it. She stole it.
Because Teresa said that somebody saw her walk out with the jacket when she was paying for it.
Who? I thought no, she stole that jacket. Y'all agree with me or not?
You want to talk about stealing?
You want to
talk about stealing?
Did Eve steal the jacket? The jacket.
You want to talk about stealing? Did anybody notice Teresa stealing the hand sanitizer and just putting it in her purse after she used it?
No.
Like when when she was talking to JJ, she took the hand sanitizer off the shelf and she was putting that. And now she's talking to him, she puts it in her purse and just takes off with it. Rude. I was laughing.
Rude.
Oh God, the jacket.
The jacket is the new elephant. It is. Someone did say, Daquan said, wait, Victor threatened Will? Yes. Victor had his goons. First of all,
I loved that he did that.
First of all, who does that anymore? We haven't had that done in like forever, and all of a sudden you send goons to go get Will as if you couldn't call him and say, come to the house?
But I know, but I love that he did it, and I love that he was just like, and if you say anything, he's going to visit you again.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was like, yes! I also had another idea.
What?
Was when Mr. Jonas was on his tirade that is so obnoxious. I think I even wrote in my notes at one point, Dan annoying or something. Over Daniel, that's what I wrote. I had an idea because he had the scene with Eve. And she was
apartment?
Like, they were arguing and stuff, and she was kind of calling him out and stuff. Mm-hmm. And my first thought was she should hit him with the car like she did to Sarah. She should have said, you better stay out of the street because I'm going to hit you.
You guys are so awful.
Over like Sarah.
So awful.
Sarah.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans agree that jacket should be burned.
Yeah,
I agree. But the jacket is going to play into it somehow because already Paige is, already questioned Eve about if they're hooking up again, who is, and now she wants to know who he is, and JJ's all freaking out and acting weird.
With the flashbacks. He was picturing him and Eve.
Yeah, while he was making out with Paige on the couch, all of a sudden he has a flashback to when he did it with Eve.
And can we talk about Serena in bed with Eric thinking about, I'm like, what if you're in bed, I don't know what's going, there's nothing that important. If you're in bed with Eric, are you kidding me? I would have been like, we're done. Get out the bed.
That whole moment of like, what's wrong? I just realized how much I love you. Aren't you currently showing it?
Right.
Hashtag
what about
showing how much you love.
What about your mother? Your mother had a funny line this week.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I've been waiting all my life to say this.
She went that way. I love it. Oh, speaking of that, so while I was in Atlanta, I totally told everyone to hashtag me with Maxine's son and send it to NBC Days.
Okay,
so
perfect.
if you guys are on the Make Tony Maxine's son, what is it?
Was it Thomas Larson?
Yes.
Larson?
So if you're on that train, make
Larson,
sure
yeah.
you tweet me and at NBC
Okay, so
Days,
what's
hashtag Maxine's son. If you heard that, let me repeat it. So if you are on the Maxine's son train to make me Maxine's son, tweet me and NBC Days, hashtag Maxine's son.
Are you done?
Because apparently that time I could do it all the way through without the peanut gallery.
Wait, there was another one I was going to say was when Teresa, early in the week when Teresa came over to Eve's and they were talking, and she said, and then they were talking about going to the clothing drive to pick up men, which I thought was absolutely hysterical. And then Teresa says to Eve, "Every man's your type."
Yeah. When ironically they
great.
both have the same type.
Right, exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Well, when you're wearing sheer desperation perfume, apparently anyone would be your type.
Anyone wearing that jacket.
Oh my God. That jacket. Was there anything else? I think that was pretty much it.
I kind of just looked through mine. I didn't really have much more. Did you
No,
have
I didn't have anything
Peter?
else either.
Xander Cook.
Yeah, Xander Cook, his mom.
That's it.
JJ and Paige doing it.
We talked about that.
Yeah, they're gonna, and then we have we'll do that. I guess news and gossip.
All right.
Next week.
Yeah. Well, let's go into our favorite part of the show, which is our 3 segments, and we will start with my favorite, the 3 Snaps Awards.
As it should be. It should
Now,
be
for this week, I had to give it to one of the hardest working nurses at the hospital. Yep. Jorge. Jorge is very sassy, yet very knowledgeable of his job and a very hard, dedicated worker. And he stays on top of things. He knows how many plasma bars are supposed to be in there. And when one went missing, he was on the case. But then he gave up one because he wanted to keep his friends. So my 3 Snaps Award goes to Jorge. Thank you.
Was that an echo? I was Steven.
I love it. I love it. All right, and now our WTF moment of the week.
Oh, God. Where do I begin? No, I'm just kidding.
With the W.
Right. Smart ass. Anyways, so my WTF is going to go out to John. It has to go out to John.
Clueless John.
Clueless John. I'm like, WTF, John, you are totally drinking Will's Kool-Aid and following in his insanity. And you are not even questioning it. He is just totally like spewing
Going
out
on with it?
Yeah, everything he spews out, Will's like, oh yeah, that's exactly right. This is exactly right. He was seducing me, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm just like, John, you are much smarter than this. You worked in the police force. You worked in the Secret Service.
But
you
see,
were an assassin.
Do you hear what you started off with? He worked in the police force. We all know how helpful Salem PD are.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Okay, so that's my WTF. It goes out to John Black.
And now we have Mark's quote. Who is it this week?
This week would happen to be my diva in crime, Teresa. I guess she hasn't really done anything in crime, but no, it was when she had a couple moments there with Jorge in that office. But my quote of the week is when she said to Jorge, "Oh, save it. You're the one who plays with stuffed bunnies." We have a psych ward, by the way. You should check it out sometime after you fill out the damn papers I gave you. And she did blow a kid. Not that time.
Not that
I
time.
loved when she blew the kids out of him, too. Yeah.
And that has been Mark's quote.
Quote of the week.
So that's that. And so, of course, what?
Oh, in the chat room, someone says, anytime the jacket makes an appearance this next week, we should drink.
Somebody's going to be drunk. Someone is going to be
like
so
a drinking
drunk.
Game.
Yes. When that
agree.
jacket appears.
And did you guys see, I fast forward through commercials. I don't think you even see them on, because you watch them on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You don't, do you watch commercials at all?
I fast forward them. That's why.
Because there was a Totino's pizza roll commercial. That was like blasted crust or something. They have like a new thing on it.
Nicole took the words right out of my mouth. John's a member of the Salem PD, and they are all clueless. When did they last solve a case?
Right. Amen, Joseph. Amen.
And thank you, James, Jorge. Oh, but hashtag creepy mustache.
And thank you guys for if you guys are on the East Coast for staying up so late, because I know we got a late start today. But
we have 44 people watching us live. Thank you guys.
I saw Susie Morales is in there. Smithley. Daquan, Joseph Boza.
I always feel like it's Romper Room.
I know. Romper Bumper.
Tandrea brings up a good point. Are they even looking for the person that stabbed Sonny? Nope.
That's already done.
That's true.
They're not.
They kind of stopped, huh?
You know why they're not? Because Victor probably put in the call and said, don't worry about it.
Hashtag pizza rolls. Thank you, Melvin fan.
So, continuing from last week, Days is celebrating their 50th year. And so we would like to take you back to hashtag those were the days.
He's been waiting to say it.
And we're going to talk about storylines from yesterdays. I did it again. From yesterday. So, Peter, let's talk about this wonderful storyline.
I love to call this storyline The Tale of Two Moms.
Mm-hmm.
I posted this on our Facebook a while, I think last week or the week before, of the whole storyline, and it's kind of making a comeback, this storyline with the whole, Teresa, Brady and Kristen thing. So if anybody remembers back in the day when actually Kate was pregnant with Philip, and Vivian decided to steal the embryo from Kate and insert it into herself and give birth to Philip, and that was a secret for quite some time until Kate figured it out, and so now Philip has two moms.
Wow. You know what?
I love that story. I mean, I know I was very brief about it, but it's so vast.
You know what I wish people would do?
I can't just go.
I wish when storylines are like that recycled, like they come back in town and go, been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly. Kate needs to say that.
Yeah.
Once it all comes back.
Been there.
Yeah.
Isn't that picture amazing? I love that picture.
That's a great picture.
Family photo.
What we would like to do here, we're going to start bringing you guys interviews with some of the cast of Days of Our Lives and some of the past cast members. So if you could tweet us or message us on our Facebook page, Dish and Days, using hashtag Those Were the Days. Let us know which past cast members you would like to see here with us. And we're going to do our best to do one-on-one interviews with them, catch up with them, and find out what they're doing now and how they felt about their time on Days. Because those were the
days.
Yesterdays.
Everybody's cheering about this storyline here. Everybody's remembering this whole storyline with Vivian, Kate, and Philip.
Yeah.
It's an amazing one. I love it.
All right,
Classic.
so let's go into some news and gossip.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
That was fantastic.
I love it.
Thank you, Steven.
Thanks for that live audio.
We need to do that now.
That needs to be all the time.
All the time. All right, so I don't know if you guys have known about this, but
no Daquan.
Days of Our Lives started a contest in Australia to fill a new role that has been out for an Australian doctor who's very rugged. And so Foxtel or Irna in Australia has conducted this search for the next Days of Our Lives star. And these are the three finalists. We have Andrew Steele, Alexander Bruce, him, and Tom Danzel. So those are the three finalists who may end up winning.
Which one would you pick?
Which one would I pick?
As a doctor for Days.
An Australian doctor?
Yeah.
I would go with Andrew.
Right. Yeah. Because
who would you go with?
He looks too much like Aiden.
He looks too American.
No, he looks too Aiden.
A little bit. Who would you go with?
He looks too much like Brady. I would go with the middle one.
He looks like
Xander.
Yeah, he looks like Xander.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Look at that. Xander has
as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh.
Xander.
That's not Brady?
No.
Oh, God.
They're going to choose Tom.
Yeah, I
think so?
I think so, too.
Because he's clean cut, and he looks like he's wearing a white coat already.
No, but
you know what it'll look like as a doctor.
But they want a rugged doctor, so I think it's going to go to Andrew.
Yeah, but if he lets his beard grow a little bit.
But I'm not talking about the current Brady. I'm talking about the Brady before this Brady.
Andrew
Kyle
looks
Lowder?
immature, Alexander looks like a douche, and Tom looks like he could be a doctor.
Well, you guys let us know who you think they're going to choose. Will it be Andrew, Alexander, or
Steven
Tom?
is awesome. Yes.
But one of them will win a 13-week contract with Days of Our Lives, very similar to...
I Want to Be a Soap Star.
Yeah, So You Want to Be a
So
Soap
You
Star.
Want to Be a Star.
Which... A little tidbit, I actually auditioned for that season.
Did you?
I did, because I wanted to be a soap star, a Days of Our Lives soap star.
What was that auditioning process like?
From what I remember, I went to New York for the open call, and you had to do like an improv scene, and then you came back and did a monologue. I put them to sleep with my monologue because I was so tired. Because
what did you do?
Well, I didn't do well. I would say that. No, they gave us monologues to do, and so I literally flew in the day before. Went to New York, did all that, then had the audition, killed the improv. But when it came to the actual monologue, I was so tired. Like everything was, I fell asleep in Central Park going over my monologue. So when I presented it to them, it was a snooze fest. I was like, they looked at me like this. And that's when I knew I was not the next soap star. But I did watch that season, and the winner of that was Holland Reed. So she played Crystal.
Was it Crystal? Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of during the time where I stopped watching Days, but
I don't remember.
And not
Crystal.
because I was bitter.
I just remember a van in that scene.
Yeah.
With her.
I don't know. Let's see. A lot of people are saying Tom. That Tom looks like a doctor.
Yeah, I think Tom too.
So we will see.
Daquan, we agree.
What does he say?
He says Tom, because I said Tom too.
Joseph said, I agree with Steven. If they want looks, Tom. Rugged Andrew, agree with Tony. See? I think they're going to go with rugged. I'm just saying.
I think we should make a bet.
Tony, any guy can grow facial hair and look rugged.
Thank you. Exactly.
Steven being one of them.
Except Tony.
You tried it.
Tony doesn't look rugged.
Well, I just look prim and proper. In other news, they...
Oh.
Yes.
I was going to say the thing I posted it on Facebook that there possibly could be another baby.
What?
No.
That not just Teresa's baby, but that Abigail was actually pregnant.
Oh.
So when she went in to get tested, and it wasn't, because I do believe it was Stefano's doctor that wanted to examine her.
Yes.
That the story is that they removed the embryo, so that there's two babies coming back, two Demare babies.
That's too much.
One being Abigail's, one being Teresa's.
That's too much. We don't need that many babies.
I mean, Teresa's isn't technically, it isn't a Demare, obviously, but that Abigail and EJ had a baby together.
Right.
Which I think would be hot damn good.
And then that's when Allison Sweeney comes back and steals the baby and then goes back to wherever she was.
She already has 3 kids with her.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
but I did have a prediction too, didn't I?
But we haven't gotten there yet.
We haven't gotten there yet.
If you guys want to see the reels that were submitted for the Emmy nominations, they have all posted that. Like Peggy McKay's reel included her speech that she did at Will and Sonny's wedding. Make sure you guys go to poptv.com, click on Daytime Emmys, and they have the reels there. So make sure you check that out. And again, make sure you tweet us #ThoseWereTheDays to let us know who you would like to see from yesterday's here on our show. All right, so let's go into some predictions.
We did see Jack's book.
Once again,
we saw Jack's book this week.
Now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Just saying.
Where's your copy?
So you wanted Jack to come back, right?
I do.
And there he was.
In the back of the book.
Well,
there he was.
Days 50, yay! But I'm hoping that this is foreshadowing, because they do that sometimes. When someone's going to come back, they'll drop little hints. So I'm thinking that maybe. But anyways, my prediction, I had a prediction. I thought of this when we were talking about Lucas and Adrian, which I'm going to say again, I'm really not minding as much as you guys. I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much.
It's too fast. It's too fast.
I don't even think it's too fast. It just doesn't, I don't know. Anyway.
It's too fast.
But regardless,
there's no build.
This was my idea, because we all know that Wally Kurth is coming back.
Yes.
He got rid of his GH contract, and he's coming back to Days. But I'm thinking Elsa's got to come to Salem, right? I mean, she's got to be there.
I'm just thinking of Elsa.
Frozen
week.
Elsa. But my thought is that when Elsa comes, she's going to run into Lucas. And I think then she's going to kind of fall for Lucas, and then it's going to cause this thing with Adrian, because now
she's going to get jealous?
Yeah. That was my thought.
I don't think Elsa's coming.
I think Elsa's going to come. I do.
How about Elsa?
In a snowflake. She's going to come in a snowflake.
But what we did
Olaf.
see in predictions was that Kristen does come back to Salem, and there is the baby.
I think they're going to name him Olaf.
The baby? I swear.
We got to keep with the Frozen thing.
I know.
So we will see how next week develops. I'm very excited to have Eileen Davidson back as Kristen.
Is she coming back next week?
Next week.
Yeah,
Yep.
next week.
Finally.
Yes.
I just said she was coming back.
Finally. Sorry, I was thinking of Olaf.
In the hot summer days.
Big summer blowout, you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been your day's recap for this week. Before we head out, Mark, why don't you let the fine folks know that where they can find you?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm not on Instagram as much, but Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, or Facebook / the Mark J Freeman.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at The Real DOOL again. And you can also find all of us on our new Facebook page, / Edition Days.
And of course, you can find me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Lounging with Tony, or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys for staying up late with us. We will be back next Sunday at our regular time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this has been Edition Days.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.